To record a script with AgileLoad, I'm going to choose the new script button and I'm going to give it a name. So in this case, again, we're using the plant's website and I want to create a user that's going to buy some product, spell it. So just click on save. All I need to do now is hit the record button. Before I do, I'm just going to explain what this is going to do. It's going to launch Internet Explorer. If perchance you don't like Internet Explorer and you want to use something else, you have in the options here the ability to change the recording settings. Right now we're using integrated into Internet Explorer. We also have the option to use web using WinSock, proxy, tunnel HTTP and tunnel TCP. So web using WinSock is particularly useful for recording, especially if you don't have a browser. If what you're recording is not a browser, it might be a smart client that's making web service requests, then web using WinSock is the way you want to go. Proxy is pretty much a standard way for most load testing tools to record traffic, and in that way you could use Chrome, you could use Firefox, and we set up a small proxy server for Qtest to listen through. Tunnel, HTTP and TCP use a similar technology. You set up Qtest as a router, and in fact that's a way that you could capture traffic from a mobile device or something connected to a Wi-Fi. You direct the mobile device to Qtest, and then Qtest will then forward on the request to your target. You need to specify the details in there. Take a look at the help files for more information on there. If there's enough demand on the forum, then I'll create a video about each one of those if it's requested. So we're just going to use integrated into IE mode. Right now I've got Microsoft.com excluded to stop the anti-phishing traffic appearing in my script. I don't really want to particularly load test Microsoft's anti-phishing service at this point, so I'm going to exclude this. Okay, so now I'm ready to record. I'm just going to click the record button and it's launched my browser. I've already got my target in my cut buffer here, so I'm just going to click on here and I'm going to log in. If you go back to the video where we created data, you'll see that we've got some logins already, and I happen to remember that I can log in with load user 0 at agileload.com, and the password, if you remember, is password. So we click on sign in. We are signed in. This website doesn't actually give me a welcome message. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to buy some flowers. So I'm just going to click on flowers and click on African orchid. What we're going to do later in a later video using the script is choose a random flower, but for the moment this script's just going to choose African orchid each time. We're going to add it to the cart, and finally we're going to check out. So we've got the billing address. Let's just close this pop-up here, and shipping information. I'm just going to copy the information and give it my Amex card, fake of course, and the name. So this might be Gary the Gazelle's Amex card, give him out to anyone these days. So click on continue, and wow, this is an expensive plant. Ready to submit our order, and it's order number 2. So we're done. I'm going to stop there, close the browser, and you can see we have our script. We've got the recorded snapshots. It's an easy way to navigate through the script. Note this yellow arrow points to the page we're pointing at right now. The corresponding arrow in the script shows the HTTP request that relates to this response here. If you want to see more information about the HTTP request, you click on the client tab and you can see the request there and any parameters. So now we have recorded our script. The next thing to do is to play it back. Let's click play, and there we go, order number 3. Let's just clear this. Let's not go to look at the replay details. Well, actually let's do that in a moment, but we can see it's order number 3. So I'm pretty confident that that script is going to work. Let's take a look at the replay details. Just click OK on here. And we can see everything is pretty clean. We've got some differences. So we got a different response here. It's probably something to do with caching. Ultimately, it doesn't seem to be causing us a problem as the transaction is working correctly. So I'm happy with that. So that script's ready. If I was to use this, then unfortunately all it's going to do right now is log in all the time. Each user will try and log in as AgileLoad user 0, and each plant it will buy will be the first plant on the list. So in the next video, what we're going to do is do some parameterization. Before I finish, you'll notice when I clicked play, it ran very, very quickly. So there's a way to control how quickly it runs. In fact, out of the box, by default, it won't run very quickly. So this is I referred to this in a data generation video, but I forgot to cover it, so I'm covering it here. If I go to options and replay, you'll see we have a wait mode. The wait mode corresponds to these wait statements here in the script, and they're in milliseconds. Right now I'm not doing any wait, so the script runs as quickly as the server will allow it. So as soon as AgileLoad receives a response from the server, it sends a following request. I could slow this down, perhaps make it a fixed value. Let's make that maybe 1 second between pages, so 1000 milliseconds. I'm going to ignore the HTTP options for now. I'm going to show you this more in a feature tour video, which will come shortly. So let's click OK on there. Let's play it back, and you'll notice it will play back more slowly. Hopefully we should get order number 4. There we go. Log in, we're logged in, plant, click on African Orchid, buy, submit order, etc., etc. Order number 4. Great, so the plant shop's doing well. They made $1,000 already out of my script. Very cool. So thanks very much for watching, and don't forget to watch the next video if you want to see how we evolve this script.